All right, we're in the Rocky Mountain tournament. What's up, Dunner? What's up?
Not much.
We're in
Dreaded Monday.
Monday's qualification round. So Dunner and I shot a video the other day. It was like 2 hours. We went through and practiced all the holes, and we could not get hooked up one time. But the whole video had no sound, and I have no idea why. I think what happened was we shot the video for the 9-hole cup, and at the very end of it, we got Kyle on the phone. And when that happened, I was running the sound through my tablet instead of running it through my phone. And I think something got janked up, jerked up, messed up. I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. No idea. But this should be like, everybody should be totally excited because now we can sort our balls and we can do all this stuff, right? It's like change the deal. Let's think. We can sort our balls. We can't get hooked up anymore. We were having a hard time getting matched up because Playdemic is. It's when they did this update. Now it's like it's hard to get matched up. So we're hoping that today we can get matched up. Where do you want to go? I think it's 5:49 Finland.
All right, so we should probably go to the west a bit then.
Well, what time is it in Finland right now? What time?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you just said it was fucking
Finland time.
3:50.
Yeah, it's 3:50 in Finland. Well, that's pretty good. That might work for us.
It's almost 2 o'clock in UK. They're 2 hours behind there.
See if I can find the right screen here.
I think UK is probably the way to go.
You want to go to the UK instead? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
The UK, we burned all that fuel to get to Finland, and now you want to go to.
I didn't even go to Finland. I was still home. What do you have, London?
Yeah. Yep. London.
Okay.
So let's go UK.
Oh, fuck.
United Kingdom. VP is connected. You're connected via United Kingdom. Where are all those images you sent me? Where the heck are they? I know they're in here. Are they that far up? Yeah, there they are. There they are. There's some pictures of what we're looking for. All right, hole number 1. We played this the other day, and I tried to go from here through the trees and ended up on the other side. The first time I tried to go from right here and bring it around and ended up a little short. It looked like the ball guide, I only needed to put on a couple topspin, and I put on a couple topspin, but that wasn't enough. So I am not exactly sure how I want to play this hole.
I went to the right, kind of in between those two bunkers.
Yeah.
It's not a hole. Pretty much you can fit your yellow ring in between everything. And then it was like no more than 2 topspin and 2 right spin with a Titan. And then I went plus 10 and just a straight shot. And rolled right up down. Got up, hit the green, rolled down the slope. Easy putt for eagle.
What ball did you bring?
Titan.
Titan, the king of balls. Newest. Now, for those of you that haven't seen it, I did shoot a video on I was in response because I saw the Dale Athlete put a video out where he was like, as a humble mere mortal, pleading to Golf Clash about this new ball sorting. And I felt that it was only appropriate that I read some scripture to Dale so that he had a clearer understanding of what the hell was going on. I'm not sure he liked it, but
Well,
Kevin
if
said
you're
he
a fan
liked
of
it.
Monty
So.
Python and all, if you're a fan of Monty Python and all, it should be funny.
Yeah, I feel like I was trying to do the Monty Python holy hand grenade type deal. I felt really strongly about making it even more convoluted than it already was, but I was tired of writing. I was like, I can continue to make it more convoluted, or I can just shoot the video. So I was like, I just need to shoot the video. All right, I'm gonna take an extra mile. Ready?
I believe so. I'll go first again.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, fuck around. Oh, I got dots quick. I'm spinning though.
Okay, I got dots, and I got somebody immediately. ASG Warts.
I'm not allowed to get opponents quick.
I have 0 notes.
Or at all.
So we did shoot that round the other day, but I did not take any notes from it.
Plus 10 max. 2 right, 2 top.
And that's if you're going from where?
To the right of the bunkers. Kind of in between them. The last
Yep.
2 trees on the right.
Yep. It's, and my opponent just, I don't think they have enough topspin on there. I think they did the same thing I did. I thought that the area on the other side that it was hitting into was fairway, and it's actually still rough. If they hadn't clipped the trees, that might have been just enough. Coulda.
Ooh, I hit barely great left. That should be okay though. Oh, wow. It's okay.
You're saying
Barely okay.
2 topspin? 2 left.
No more than 2, yeah.
No more than 2.
Sorry, did I say left, right?
Yeah, I did it left. Getting it perfect. Let's see if I can bleed out without running over to the other side. Perfect. On the fringe. On the fringe. I was afraid to put on any spin there because I was afraid it was going to end up clipping the trees.
Yeah, you don't. I tried it earlier with a little tiny bit of curl over the right, trying to hopefully like bring it closer to the cup. And yeah, I hit the tree. Like I think I went the outside of the ball, like the right side of the ball, to the outside of the shot circle of curl, and that was too much. I hit the fucking tree. But it was a practice anyway, so.
Yeah, it's hard because your ball guy doesn't represent curl, and so it's and when you're hitting through the trees, it can be difficult.
If there was more fairway to work with, to the left of that landing spot, you could move it left. Theoretically, I guess. Move it left, and then actually put some right curl on it, and have a better chance of getting it close to the cup. But
well, I think the focus
Easy
right
eagle.
there should be that eagle.
no, you can't miss that one.
All right. Hole number 1 in the bank.
All right.
Second time I've ever played third, because we did a practice round, so it only took 3 chances before I finally got an eagle on that. This next one, it seemed like there was a red line issue, and it seemed like I went out here with my rock, with a 0 power ball and a rock, and did a rough bump.
Or quarterback, yeah.
Or a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, you can use a sniper, and you can go up to like a katana ball, or even if you want. I don't really like using power 3 on a power 3. But you can set it up with a power 2 ball further back and still do the rough bump. But I don't like hitting through that much shit to get to the green. So yeah, I'm using Marlin and a quarterback. Minus 10% mid club. And I think 3 backspin and like a quarter right spin. That leaves my yellow ring on the fringe and the fairway. Minus 10% minimum club.
Was with your quarterback? It was a minimum club, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus 10 minimum. Yeah.
Min club. Let me pull my trust.
Minimum.
And so, what is minimum quarterback? Quarterback minimum is 1.3 per ring. Minus 10%. So 0.9 times whatever the wind is, divided by 1.3. I'll switch from a rock to a Marlin. We'll see. Well, I'm going to keep my rock bag. I'll put that quarterback in a different bag.
And I just made this shot while we were talking earlier when I was playing my other account. It was like a 4 point something wind.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. Dots again, really quick.
Well, you got dots quick.
Yeah, I have been. But I'm spinning
dots.
forever. Maybe you go first next hole.
Here, I'm going to back out. Let's start over.
Yep. Okay.
I'll back out and I'll go in first.
I'm out.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. What's up, baby?
Hi there.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Dots again, really quick. Did you get dots yet?
I got dots, and I'm still spinning.
Okay, I'm gonna go back out and come right back in.
I think that this new update that they did with all of the crap, a new course.
I got dots right away, but I'm spinning forever.
And I'm still spinning. This is ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to back out and get back in. Oh, I got somebody as soon as I said that, of course.
Hungry?
A little. My opponent's using a Titan and a Sniper. I think they're right at the red line. Are you done?
Yeah, you're going to have to.
Which works good if they have tailwind like we have today. But
it's tailwind, yeah.
But if you have headwind, that could be an issue. My wife said not to talk about tail while she was in the room.
Tailwind.
Tailwind. All right, here we go. Where's my men? I got plenty of room on the red line. .9 is 4.14 divided by 1.3. It's 3.39 rings.
Get in. Oh yeah, come on. Oh, you. And I missed to the left, so not enough. What the hell?
Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I underpulled it. Yep, just barely. So maybe just a straight up divided by 1.3 with no, like just a zero.
think it's going to depend. You're going to have to really pay attention to your landing spot too, I think. Make sure you're getting to the exact same spot every time.
And I was one ring into the rough. So I was kind of right on the transition between the grass and the mud.
Yeah.
The sand or whatever it is. And that was one ring in. I usually like to do those where I'm like 2 rings. But I don't want to be that far into that sand or mud or whatever the hell it is.
No. All right, here comes the frickin' do or die, all or nothing.
Okay, so we played this hole the other day, hole number 3, and Dunner, the first time that we went out there, I came on the, if we draw a line from
I got a replay. Sorry.
If we draw this line, I started off over here, and I think what I tried to do was to try and make it over here, and not just lay it up. And I ended up in the sand. The Dunner came out and on his first try did a max overpower hook shot here that came through and got 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 3 bounces, and ended up like right off the green and won and basically short chipped it for Albie. Like easy Albie. And then I came through the next time and I ended up in this rough right here. But since then, how many times have you taken the shot now? 10?
Oh, I don't know, 15.
And hasn't been able to replicate it. So we're not exactly sure.
It's because, like I was saying, when you max out with a power 3 ball, when you max out like extra mile and you aim right next to that rough, because that's where you have to aim kind of right in the middle of that last horseshoe. The rough's there though, like you can kind of, but you can't quite clear the entire rough.
Yep.
So you got to aim a little bit to the left of it. And there's a crest there, there's a hill, and there's a bit of a crest. So if you can keep it really close to the rough and hit the right side of that crest, you'll get a nice bounce over. And then depending on your spin, you can get it to work out. If you hit it on the middle of the crest, it goes like straight up in the air and it clears, but you're pretty much guaranteed to be on the rough on the right hand side. And then if you goes anywhere to the left of that crest, it fires off to the left like crazy. So you'll completely miss that second fairway if you miss left on the, like if you hit the left side of that crest at all. Yeah, you're gonna miss the fairway completely. But even still, it's like a mid nirvana, even if you end up in the rough down there. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world.
I'm just wondering if you can't take an APOC out with one of those 444 balls and just max curl it, max overpower curl.
That could be, yep, you might be able to. That's probably a good option.
I think I'm going to try that and see if I can get it up there. Okay, all right.
Let's see, I don't know. I don't know if I can use. Mine doesn't quite have the same distance. I gotta go back and look at that.
I am so irritated at the they updated my iPad, and ever since they updated it, I can't, the overlay stuff that I've been using for years now is all, like I can't use my grid anymore. And even DU Recorder with the pen and the tab so that I can pause or start a recording, that overlay stuff is not working. Rat freaking bastards. Well, at least we don't have a newer than new ball.
But there's one thing that wasn't included, and you probably didn't notice it at the time because it only comes up when you get onto the actual hole. But when you get to the hole and you're ready to play the hole, if you go to your ball selection and you click the tab, there's a new one that shows up that says trending, and it's lower than oldest. It's newer than newest, but it's lower than oldest. But it doesn't show up until you actually get on the hole.
And that's really funny because at the beginning when the game first came out for at least the first year, and they actually changed some stuff in the game, because that's why when you're on certain tours you can't see it when your opponent puts on spin on their ball, because people were all like, well, they went first and all they're doing is copying.
Me.
Well, first of all, there's only one on that particular hole. There's only one freaking way to get to the freaking green, so like it doesn't matter. Wow, he couldn't see my stuff, but he still did 2 topspin. He must be cheating. He's got something where he can see the thing. And, hey, dumbass, guess what? The shot takes 2 topspin, whether it was you or me or anybody else.
Yeah,
but
I
now
don't understand what hiding your spin makes a difference. Like,
but now
I don't know what he did for an adjustment, so what the fuck does the spin matter?
Yeah, but now we'll be able to see what other balls people are using, and that's going to give us a market advantage because, like, hey. And if I
accidentally clicked on it once, and it automatically went to the newest ball.
and if it was me and I was Playdemic, not saying that I mean, I don't know if this is unethical or whatever, but I can
imagine that.
I can guarantee
the
you
most trending ball is the new one.
Yeah, the most trending ball is the new one, and the most trending ball is always going to be the top 3 or 4 are always going to be ones that you have to buy. And the newest ball is always going to be in the trending. Even if it's a Power 1 ball and we're on a Power 5 hole.
Oh, yeah.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, that's like a completely useless tab. Unless you have, like, I don't know, unless you're a zombie and you just, like, do exactly what anyone tells you to do when you're playing the game. Like, you need this ball, this hole, do this exactly this way, and then you just do exactly what they tell you. Instead of, like, trying to figure shit out on your own, you know? Like, well, hey, I tried what he said, and it didn't even fucking work at all. Well, instead of trying to figure out why it didn't work or how to make it better, you just keep doing the same thing, because, you know.
Yeah, and that's one of the...
Other than that, people are going to be like, I'm not using the fucking Power 1 ball on the Power 5 ball. Get dumb.
And that's the whole deal is, like, you can't... I've been shooting these videos...
I mean, maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, and maybe it's... There's a lot more players in Expert and Master, and maybe they're using all the special balls with these holes, and that's why it's trending.
Yeah, but statistically...
I prefer to think it's them fucking us around and saying, no, the new ball. The new ball is best for this hole.
Well, statistically, there's probably more people that play Rookie and Expert, those 2 brackets, than any others. You know, lots of people play Rookie. Are you ready?
I think so. We'll see.
If these bastards will let us get hooked up. I'll go first. Ready?
All right. Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let me know when you get dots, and I'll go in.
Spinning dots. Now, we've been doing this for a while, and I will tell you that now I'm the designated player, and I'm looking for an opponent, and the second that he gets dots, it is... Shit. What is that? 14? It's after 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning in England. There's not a lot of people playing hole number 3 of the tournament. And we're still spinning. I'll back out and go back in.
Yeah, I did that once already. I'm still spinning. But...
Well, I was spinning enough that they were eventually, you know, you'll eventually get a replay.
I'm getting fucking dizzy watching this, man. Jesus. Just let me play.
Okay, I'm spinning. We're both spinning. Well, I just don't get
as soon as you got dots, I got someone.
And we're getting a lot of replay, so I don't know either. we can play conspiracy theory and go, hey, somebody from Playdemic saw this and went, this is bullshit. These guys get matched up and they're having fun. So, like, tag them so that they can never get matched up, or something with the updates. They've made it so that you're going to get more replays. But it seems like we're getting a lot of replays.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm blue ring off the transition at Max Club out there. So it's 2.0. It's 1.5 per ring. So that would be a ring and a third. And I'm going to do a ring and a half. Hitting it perfect. And see what my trajectory is on the other side. And I need to go a little bit more to the left, and I could take off maybe 1 or 2 topspin. So that's good news for everybody who's got a like a level 4, level 5 APOC. What kind of curls does a level 4 APOC have? Doesn't it have
Lots.
lots?
I think it's in the 90s still.
And my opponent's 2 rings off at max, and they didn't adjust out the wind, so that's basically. And and I did max curl
Almost made it.
and didn't make it. And if they should be even farther to the right in the rough.
I think I found my spot there. I should have just put on all the side spin. I think I've got that figured. I think I understand how to play this hole. For the hook.
For the hook?
For the hooker. I'm sending your damage. Got a small little chip.
Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in. Woo! Albatross. Look at that shit. In the hole. See if my opponent can get it in. They hit a 2-ring grate to the right. No dice. Again. Good luck in the tournament. It's hard
Perfect. Come on, baby.
hard to tell if that was a replay or not. They didn't respond.
Oh, you fucking... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Like, there's like a quarter of the ball hanging over top of the cup. It couldn't be any more on the lip without being in, I don't think.
Hole number 5.
Ah!
Now this hole number 4, I will tell you that there are 2 par 3s in this game that, in my opinion, are exactly the freaking same. They ran out of time and they went, why don't we just regurgitate this hole right here, and we'll just make a couple slight little tweaks to it, because the other par 3 in this game looks exactly like this one, but this one's got a straight. This one has a straight up rough bump, right?
Yeah, the other one you can't. You gotta bounce it up. I don't think you can. You'd need like a fucking Horizon and a Power One topspin boost ball to do a rough bump on the last one.
But this one here you can take with just the sniper.
Yeah, Sniper Quasar. And then if you go, just do 1.2 right spin, no top, no back. That should put you, your ball guide at the hole, and your red ring should be touching the the bottom of the rough. And then I went 1-to-1, minus 0.1, minus 0.2, one somewhere. I think it's going to depend on how much wind you have, but it's 1-to-1 minus a little bit, maybe.
Okay, you ready?
I think so. Do I have my oldest? No. Clear. Oldest. Quasar. Yep.
Let's go at the same time.
Power line. Extra mile. Sniper. 1-to-1. Okay. I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Spinning.
Dots. I get dots really quick, but I get nothing after that.
I get nothing after that either. Stay in there. I'll back out and get back in. Usually if we have our timing right, I get dots and then it's like within about 2 seconds we get hooked up. But right now we have 2 live players playing hole number 4 at 4 o'clock in the morning. Who the hell's up? It's Monday.
Franks too, from the Franks clan.
And I wonder who started that clan. I don't know who the guy was that started King's Golf. We kicked him out. The very first day the clans were available, he started King's Golf, and Scooby joined it and was like, because I was in Golf Clash Elites, one of Golf Clash Elites clans, and Scooby was like, no, you need to come over here. So I went to that clan, King's Golf, and then the guy who started it didn't log back in for 30 days. He got on, he's created King's Golf, and then he didn't log in for 30 days. So whoever had the most points, and Scooby and I were trying to get the most points, and I ended up with the most points. So the second that the 30 days was up, it kicked the guy out, and it made whoever was the points leader in the clan the president. And Scooby logged into my account and kicked the guy out, and then made himself president. Like, all right.
All right.
And this happened super early in the morning.
Go get a hole in one like me.
Did you get a hole in one?
Yeah, I did. Did you hear me say, woo?
Well, awesome.
Same for Quasar 1.2 right, 1-to-1 minus 0.1.
So I'd be 3-6. There's 3-5, 3-6. Oh, that was me. That was totally me. That was totally me. It's funny though, because I hit it. Did I hit that great to the left? I hit it great to the left, and it ended up coming through the hole great to the right. I think that happened to me the other day, but it was the opposite. I hit it great to the right, and it ended up on the left-hand side of the cup. So it's one of those landing spots that you got to hit it perfect in order to really tell where you're at.
Okay, this one I'm doing a dumb shot.
In the hole.
Although, yeah, fuck, I don't care.
I don't remember any of these holes. I don't remember regular holes, let alone these ones. Since they're brand new.
Yeah, I had a hard time remembering this when I first looked at it too, but
what the heck did we do on? I remember. Okay, so the other day
I tried to go all the way down to the fucking over the water and pass through the rough and then onto the last little bit of fairway, and I almost did, but I think we had tailwind. I tried that earlier with this headwind. Not a chance in hell.
Well,
So
I tried
2 options.
I tried that the other day, and I will tell you that I didn't put on all the curl, and I was glad that I didn't, because the more curl you put on it to the left, the longer this distance is to clear the water to get back over to the rough, and I just barely cleared the water, and ended up in the sand down here.
Yeah, I wonder if a reverse hook would work there.
And are you talking about doing a hook to the left, but then putting on right-hand side spin to try and straighten it out?
And right-hand curl.
Or you're talking about right-hand curl?
So you essentially shoot it. If you put the right-hand curl on and then hook it to the left, it's almost like a straight shot. But for some reason, it seems to go further. It's still a bit of a curl, whatever. But when you put the right curl with the left hook, it almost straightens it out. But you have to imagine, like, you have to still aim way the fuck right of where your landing target is going to be, right? But you get a lot of bounce out of it.
Well,
with this wind, I don't know.
I think
there's two different ways to do this hole right now with this wind, and that is try and get there to the left, somewhere, at as far left as you can on that last little fairway pad there, on the left side, and I think you could do a rough bump over the bunker with lots of room with a sniper on your second shot. Or what I did earlier was I aimed in between the trees and put some topspin on, bounced on the fairway, went in between the trees, and then did a rough bump, and then bled out on that right fairway near the end.
Yeah, and I tried that same shot, but what I did was I went to the left of the
room for error.
To the left of the trees, and then tried to bleed it through all that rough to come out right in front instead of going through. But I think that's the way to go is either go through the trees or around them to the left. My opponent the other day hit it straight forward to the right and ended up out here, which would be shot number 3. So you have kind of 3 ways to play it, and the second way to play it, you kind of have 2 options.
I mean, you could try with like a high-level rock or any sort of apocalypse and go to the right with maybe a little bit of topspin and actually try and curl it around, bounce, and then bounce over the bunker and curl around that corner to the left. I think it might be doable, but...
And what's the wind today?
Like a super risky shot. It's headwind.
Of course it is. Of course it is. All right, I'm going to start off with a Kingmaker and see how that goes. Thank you, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. Because I think I need more than 2 side spin to go through the trees.
And I'm going to bring my extra mile. Because it has more topspin. Okay, you ready?
Sure.
This is going to be shit. I mean, anybody from Playdemic or anybody who knows somebody from Playdemic, this is total horseshit. I mean, we're legitimately trying to play the tournament here, and we're just trying to get matched up with a buddy. And we're taking steps to go to another country where it's late at night, there's not very many people playing, and we're getting replays instead of just matching us up. And that is kind of horseshit. Wouldn't want the people playing the game to have fun, damn it. No fun for you.
No, because then it might actually spend some money.
Yeah, and on those holes where we go out there and we're doing a pure practice round and we're just dicking around, there are some of those holes where I put shit. What was it? A couple weeks ago, I put like 6 berserkers in the water trying to figure out the shot. Right? I mean, They're making money off of us because we're not going out there just playing with Marlins. Come on. Okay, you ready?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go.
Spinning. Got dots?
Yeah, I dots right away again, but I'm just spin forever until you go back out, back in, and then you get matched up with someone, and I get matched up with someone after you. Bullshit.
Yeah, because you're still spinning waiting for an opponent.
Oh yeah.
And I've gotten back out, and I'm still spinning waiting for an opponent.
Oh, did you get as soon as you got dots probably because I just got a point.
Total BS.
If we get a tailwind in this hole, though, I'm gonna go for that. Like all the way to the green shot.
Yeah, but you got to bring
Got
out
a couple.
You got to bring out a big ball.
No, not what. No.
No.
With power 3 gets you all the way to the end of that fairway to the left. You just probably need the extra topspin or the tailwind to help push you. I think like a power 3 topspin 2, and then some tailwind.
Here we go. Getting out on the course.
Shit. Got some serious fireworks going on.
Man, it just seems like you can get over there. It does seem like you could get over there. I'm going to end up, I think I'm going to end up hitting that tree right there in front of me. Or did I make it around it? Stick! I'll have to go back and watch the video on that. It ended up exactly where I wanted it. But man, I'm going to tell you, that shot when it left the tee was scary as hell with that tree. These trees that are right here. I'm not sure. I think going straight forward like you're talking about, through the trees is probably, you know, it'll put you right in this area right here, but that's probably a safer way to go.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure. I come up a bit short again. I didn't want to put all my topspin on because I'm not really a fan of that when you're kind of trying to finesse it, because if you were to put on all the topspin, I mean, it's possible to hit the rough, bounce on the fairway, and roll all the way through and go on the other side of the rough too.
I watched my opponent set this shot up, and it looked to me like it was just heading straight for the rough, and it was heading straight for the rough. Okay, I'm right at Max Kingfisher. How close can I get to my rings? Pretty damn close. I'm just going to do a straight up shot, which would be 3.45 rings. .45 rings.
Perfect. Come on.
Hitting
Give
it
me
perfect.
some.
Get in the hole. Get in. Yeah, it's
Not
too
even
fast.
close.
Too fast. And I needed to add on maybe 5%. A little. 0.1, 0.2 or something. Close. No cigar. It looked like it was going about 1,000 miles too fast, but it did slow down at the end.
All right. This guy needs to hurry up. All right, whatever.
My wife brought me some food, and I was like, I'm not really that hungry. I started eating it, and now I'm starving. Party. How come we don't have any girls in our clan, some ladies in our clan? Most of these types of games...
I can make a Karen account and then, like, put a hot chick for a profile.
Well, who was it? Pat's fan had several accounts that were... But he'd made accounts for his wife or his daughter, and then he was the one that was playing them. right, hole number 6. Let's see if we can pick something up here.
There's another good chance, I think.
I can't remember this hole at all. Is this a par 5?
Oh yeah, you're probably gonna have a short iron to the hole here.
Is this where you
I
go
think.
to that fairway on the left, and you try and bridge that rough and just bleed
Yep.
out right in front?
Yeah,
Is that the deal? Is that the
Yeah.
That's the setup, right?
and it's good because so I did it earlier. I didn't make the shot to the cup, but with the extra mile 9 that you have, I think it's one left spin, all top spins, and then one left spin. And then you want to, because it's straight tailwind, so like I just pushed up to max overpower and aimed, and then I didn't even really do any wind adjustment, and then I did like to the outside of the circle of left curl. So because your ball guy's going to tell you that you want to aim here if you want to bleed out, but if you do that, it's another situation where you'll hit the rough, you roll to the fairway, and then you roll all the way across into the other rough. So you kind of want to aim for your finish position to be like near the very end of that fairway. So you're going to go through a lot of rough, and it's going to look like you're not going to make it. But with the wind push, you will. So you want to be like, yeah.
What ball were you
If
using?
you go too far right, just tighten ball. Use the wind to help.
Yeah, but for those of you out there that have like mid-level clubs, what you could do is for that shot is
Same thing, just don't aim as far left as I'm aiming.
You could bring out a fat power 5 ball and bring out your big topper and probably get the same thing done.
That might work. But it's still max overpower. So.
Yeah, I don't even think I have a big topper bag, which I normally, this is my big topper bag. But it seemed like there was one of the holes here that the Rock Horizon was a great way to go at it. Because I set a Rock Horizon bag up.
That might be number 8. Because number 8's the longest hole in the course, and it's par 4. But if you kind of lay up-ish, sort of, to the far left on number 8, you can do a rough bump on the second shot with a wood.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And back out quick and go back in right away.
I gave you a big head start. And are you spinning?
Oh yeah, I already went out and back in again.
And I got Peter pretty quick. So you were already in there spinning. And you're still spinning.
Oh yeah.
And I came in 10, 12, 15 seconds after you.
Oh, I got one. Michael B. Let's see if it's a real person. Or, nope. It's a replay for sure already.
I'm going to leave that wind in and see if I can just get over.
Yep, don't pull any wind out.
Oh!
Fire it up.
Oh! I hit that 2 rings great to the left. I'll be lucky if I make the first bounce. But I definitely lengthened it out over on the end. If I'd hit it perfect, if you look directly to the right of where I'm at, I'd be in the fairway. Faux freaking show. Damn it. That's okay. I got a great shot from there. I'll just have to take it with my rough iron. That's okay. That's all right. I can do it. I ain't afraid of that shot. Man, my opponents hit that tall grass right there and it killed it.
Yeah.
Max, mid.
Oh man, where the fuck?
So I'm at about mid, which I count at 4 per ring. So that would be 3/4 of a ring. There's half. There's 3/4. Oh. That was 2 bad shots in a row. One was 2 rings great to the left and one was 2 rings great to the right. So at least I'm balanced out now. That means the next shot will be perfect.
Come on, buddy, make this. Hurry up. I might get a fucking birdie here. If I get a birdie, I'm dumping this round. Oh yeah, I'm fucked.
Well, my opponent got it done with a Quasar. They're going to end up with a birdie, but they came out here with a Quasar, so you don't have to use a big ball. You have to remember that stats have inherent traits. Or shit, as we like to say it in the business. It's industry jargon. And that right there was shit.
So is mine.
Well, maybe I got those 2 rings out of my system.
I might be able to get an eagle still. Do I have an handbringer here? I think I do. Oh, yeah.
Hole number 7.
That's like 100%.
All right, we're in the final 3. We got to get some shit going on here. So yeah, this was the one. I think you could take this one right here with the Horizon. I think I tried to take. Seems like one of these holes I took with a Horizon, and the thing with the Horizon is that if you hit it perfect, it's perfect. But especially for most people, their Horizon's probably like 2.4 per ring, right in that neighborhood. So if you hit it 1 ring great to the left or the right, and it's 3 bounces to get to the green, you're weighing the hell off when you get to the green or the pin.
Boom, saves an eagle. That's terrible to have to say save an eagle on that hole. I got like probably in the worst possible position you could be off a tee. I was behind a rock. I had to fucking power slice it around the rock to get somewhere near the green. And then a max end bringer. But I'm still on my 10 after 6, so one more of these last 3. No. I tried a Horizon.
And it didn't work?
You can't rough bump it. You need extra topspin still. Because we practiced it the other day, and I did have a bag with Horizon. And I tried to do it with all the topspin, and
still wasn't
it. Mine's at level 6, so it doesn't even need to be level 6. It's got like max topspin right away, so it still wasn't enough to go up that hill.
What are we thinking?
So you gotta bounce it. I have no idea. I played this one earlier, and I didn't do any practices. I just went out and played it.
Let's go practice it.
I put on like a bunch of topspin.
I don't even know if I have any practice tokens. Hold on, I may not have any practice tokens. Oh, I do have 5.
I don't think you. Oh, you got 5.
I bought one of the 6 shooters that's not very reliable.
Yeah.
Let's practice once. Let's take a look at this hole and see what the deal is. I can't remember it.
So it's gonna be a wood with any ball. It doesn't matter. I mean, obviously you're gonna use a navigator because they're awesome. I think you can play it at minimum club, just in front of that rough. With I'm not sure how much topspin though. I think you definitely want to leave it short. And then even at minimum club, down in front of that rough, I think you're still looking at a plus 20 at least.
I remember the very first ball guide that Tommy ever put out. And we didn't have all these special balls back then. And the navigator, he's like, this is the only ball that you'll never have to buy. It's worthless. And then he came out about a month or two later and was like, I did that video on balls and I told everybody that navigator was a piece of crap. And I was like, hell, I use that navigator all the time on par threes. I mean, it cuts the wind down a little bit. It's almost a free ball.
Yeah.
And he came out and was like, the navigator's actually not a bad ball.
No, Quasar is better because it has more side spin, blah, blah, blah. But as I got into the game, got better at it. I'm like, no. If you're good, you don't really need the side spin. The wind is more important.
And I think because at that point in the game, as far as how many tournaments had ever been out, because it was in the first 9 months of the game, I think that he was thinking more of one-on-one, and I almost agree. In one-on-one, you wouldn't go out there with a navigator. You're either gonna come out with something bigger, or a Quasar would work better for one-on-one because it's got more side spin. But in tournaments, however, the shots on these par threes, freaking navigator is an awesome ball.
If you were thinking that you're going to go to a shootout no matter what, though, right?
Yep.
Then maybe you would say, no, fuck that, navigator is better. Or, you're not worried about the hole you're playing necessarily. Of course it's important, but you're thinking we're going to a shootout no matter what, so I'm playing from the shootout hole instead of this hole.
All right, are you ready not to get matched up?
Yes, on practice.
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, practice. I got dots quick again, but
I waited until you got dots. And now think about the odds here, folks. We're practicing hole 7 at 4:46 in the morning in freaking England. How many people are practicing hole 7 at 4:46 and we both have dots and we're both sitting here spinning?
No, I finally got someone.
Of course.
Slick/Rawl.
Thanks, Playdemic.
Better not call Rawl.
So I opened up my Better Call Saul and I was on the new season, so I have started watching the first 6 episodes. I think I'm on episode 5 of season. Is it season 5? It's season 5, episode 5.
The newest season is 6.
Yeah, and I had watched up to the end of season. I'd forgotten about that whole season. I actually went back and watched 3 episodes of that season to kind of remind myself of what the hell was going on. No, we got to find this out. Yep, that was the whole. I remember. Now it's all becoming clear now.
Yeah, I have no idea what doing this all.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. Oh shit! I'm just gonna have to take the shot and hope for the best because I'm gonna run out of time. I'll laugh my ass off if it goes in though. It's gonna go a mile past it.
Yeah. It's almost like a turtleback green.
I remember what on this hole. I'm gonna play this hole different because if you see where the red line is up there, I'm gonna play it all the way up to the red line and play it with a guardian and try and get to the point where I'm already on that at the bottom of that slope and use backspin to get to it, so that I'm
thinking.
I'm not engaging that hill.
I
I'm bouncing over it.
I think I want my aiming spot to be on the fringe, and then I'll spin it in there with obviously backspin.
And I think if I bring out a katana ball, it'll give me more maneuverability. I may not need it, but if I'm hitting that far into my guardian, it may come in handy if we have headwind.
I had a practice replay. So for some reason I'm stuck in the replay pool here.
That's good to know if you're at the bottom of that hill that there's a little bit of a wind adjustment there. I tried to do a dunk and ended up short. That is so... that just is crazy to me. Crazy. All right. Well, at least that was I when I first took that shot and I just took it. I forgot that we were in practice, so I am going to set up a guardian bag. I had a guardian in one of my bags, and I took it out. I'm going to put that sucker back in. I'm going to use it in this bag. No, the deal is I think I had that bag set up for the last tournament.
I think I'm going to do... I'm going to go with a sniper plus 30% at maximum club, aiming for the fringe, and then backspin it up to the cup.
I'm going to take a guardian.
Yeah, I don't think my guardian is quite that good yet.
But I like the plus 30%. It seems like it's way the hell downhill.
Well, I did a quick practice there, and I was not maxed. I think I was somewhere in between, whatever, maybe 75%-ish or something. And I just did a 1-to-1, and it wasn't even fucking close. Like, it needed to be, yeah.
All right, ready?
Only 30%. Yeah. For real?
Yep.
All right. You go first.
3, 2, 1, go. I'm spinning. Dots.
All right. I waited like 3 seconds after you got dots. I got dots right away. I had no one though. Spinning, of course, because why not? Why would we get matched up?
Why would they match us up?
I don't know. I think for some reason I'm just like stuck in a replay queue here. With Spike this time.
Yeah, and I'm spinning and I will never get an opponent. Ever.
Flamingo ball again. It's a pretty ball. I feel like I just played this guy in practice. I wonder. I'm going to check my replays in here.
Yeah, and I hardly ever pay attention to my opponents. I don't chat a lot. The only time I chat a lot is when I'm playing one-on-one and I'm playing with somebody where we're doing really good and I'm trying to encourage them to replay me. What hole is this? I'm on the wrong hole. Oh, I am on the wrong hole. I am on the wrong hole. Okay, I don't want to see the fucking stats. I picked the ball. Jeez. How hard is this? And that'll be short. I think that wind's going to kick it. Woo! And through the trees. A little too much curl. I just had to fire it out there. I must be on... What hole is this?
I was going to say, through what trees? What hole are you on?
I hit practice, but... Oh, you know what the deal is. I know what the deal is. I'm a dumbass.
You finished the hole, so progress to the next one?
Yep, that's exactly what I did. Because what happened was I backed out.
I think that plus 30's right.
I backed out and got back in to try and match up with you, and when I got back in, I hit play instead of practice. Rookie. And everybody wonders why we play rookie. Dumbass moves like that. That's why we play rookie. Fuck. Do you need any more examples here? Come on.
I think that plus 30 is decent, though. I hit a great left, and it might even be a bit more than plus 30. So you played hole 8 already? Or you're on 8 now?
Yep. 2-4. And I'm at minimum club, so that should be just 2 rings. I'm going to do 2 and a little. Hitting it perfect. Woo! In the hole. That was about somewhere around.
Nice.
That was minimum club plus 0.2.
3 drops?
I think it is 3 drops. Yeah, I got the Albion. I got the first par 4 in this one. And that was minimum club plus 0.2. And I was at minimum club. A 4 power ball, actually, I was hoping that I would get farther up there and I'd be in my long iron, but...
Oh, I remember what I did here. This is where I went. I went to the left side. I used my extra mile and then Kingmaker and put all 3 side spin on it. Tried to get just past the shadow of the tree and as far left as possible. And then it was a rough bump to the hole. Plus 10 at min. Minus 0.1.
Why am I only at plus 12? Where did I screw up here? How did I get a par on number 7? Oh, I know how I got a par on number 7. I thought I was in practice and I tried to do the dunk. Because I was in practice, so I was like, who gives a shit? And so I did a dunk and I missed the dunk. But I was actually out on the course. That is funny. So that's like rookie mistake on top of rookie mistake on top of rookie mistake. It's a good thing I don't have sponsors. Come on, they'd be all pissed off. Hey, dumbass, you're actually playing. Because I was like, I should be at 13 right now, and I'm at 12. What the hell? Oh, that explains it. Okay, I got it. I understand. Did you go between the trees on the left-hand side, trying to go that way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to the right of that tree in the middle.
So I went.
Or I mean, my first shot or my second shot?
Your first shot.
Oh no, I just went. Yeah, to the left of the. Yeah.
Oh, you went to the
Between those
left of the
trees.
tree, so you went the same way I went. So
Yeah.
you went through this way trying to get it through, and I put just a little bit too much curl on it and clipped the tree and hit the rough and rolled out. I'm just wondering though if you just went straight forward and tried to go in this area, because I was having an issue. That's why I pulled out a 4-power ball, because I didn't want to be. My 3-power ball at max OP was putting me right here, and I didn't want to have that small of a landing pad. I wanted to get up here where it was a little bit bigger. But if you draw the arc on it, I'd have more room here and try and hit it through the tree, bounce over on the other side, and come straight forward, running down this fairway. Did you get out on the course?
Yeah, I'm just finishing number 8 here. What did I say? Plus 10 at min, minus. Oh, shit. That didn't seem right. Perfect, at least.
And that's your shot to the cup?
On the rough. Coming, rolling. Yeah.
Woo!
Boom. I mean, woo.
In the
That's what
hole.
I'm talking about.
And what did you do on that? Minimum club minus 0.2?
No. Actually, didn't even pay attention to my notes there. I think it was like a 1.8 wind, and I did like a 1.6. It was kind of a guess, honestly, but. And number 9, this is a great chance for an albatross. Really, really good chance here.
Well, hey, if it was 1.8 and you did a 1.6, minimum sniper is 1.3 per ring. That would make it 1.38, or basically 1.4, plus 0.2 would be 1.6. So you did the same exact setup that I did. Minimum club plus 0.2.
Yeah, I forgot to check where I was in my club, actually.
You had
But
to
I
be at
aimed
minimum.
like as far up as far up on the rough as I could. Because I'm like way to the left on the fairway, right? Kind of laying up. I'm getting the sniper in on the rough bump. And that tree's kind of there. So I used my three right side spin, and then whatever top spin or whatever I need to get to the cup. And through the cup. And then I did, the wind was 1.9. No, I think I did, it was like 1.7. It was, like, I don't know, 1 3/4 rings probably or so I pulled.
Well, hole number 9, the green is not quite on an island.
This is, depends what you, so I would almost suggest, depends how you're going to want to put a short iron with top spin in your bag here. And then your favorite long iron. And then extra mile, fucking rock would probably even work, actually. And all you need is like a Titan ball.
And you're going to the
so
left and trying to bridge the gap and get it on that other side?
No, straight off the tee, straight to the right off the tee.
Straight to the
So
right.
your second shot's your second, pardon me. Your second shot is right over the water. But it's a rough bump.
Ah, I gotcha. So what Dunner's
So you
talking
hit
about
down
here-
that small little penis there on the right, bounce over that rough, and you only need about 4 4.5 topspin. And you don't want to do too much more than that because you can roll too far, obviously. And that leaves you, depending on how far you go and what ball you bring. That's why I'm thinking maybe Katana ball might be better than a Titan.
That's if you're going to
Depending
the
on what
right.
shot you want to use. Do you want to use your short iron, or do you want to use your long iron to do a rough bump? So I'm going for a rough bump on the second shot here. It's like 2 straight shots with tailwind, so it's like perfect setup.
All right. Yeah, because last time I think I went to the left, and I tried to bridge the gap to make it over to the other side, and then I took that shot from over there. But there is no rough
I think
bump
I'm
from over
going
there.
to.
I'll try that straightforward shot and see what it looks like.
I'm going to use power 2 though. I'm going to use one of my favorites if I can find it.
I could use my Brazilian ball. It's 3.32. That was big time back in the day.
Yeah. Aurora, there we go. 225.
3 power, 1 side spin, 3 wind. I still have. I'm not sure if I ever used the packs. Used to be were. This Labor Day ball is a 2017 Labor Day ball, and back in the day that was a special ball, a 313. That was a special ball, and I'm sure I bought a $5 pack, which would normally give you 10, but I have 12 of them, so I don't know how many came in the original pack.
Oh, and I think you don't want to be a max club either. I think you want to pull it back a little bit. You want your second bounce when you go over the rough to be kind of close to the rough, but like leave yourself room to be safe. But I don't think you want to be total max. Well, I'm using power 2 this time now, so. No, I'm not going to. No.
Are you bringing a power 2 or are you going to bring a power 3?
No, Titan. I'm going to use a Titan.
The king of balls. I think I picked.
I'm just gonna.
I picked the Kingmaker, but I think I'm gonna use.
Spin on it.
But I'm gonna use the Titan.
Because I did leave myself in long iron range for the rough bump, but it was barely. So I want to give myself a little bit more room to play with. Otherwise, you're gonna do like red line shit.
All right.
Although I do have a Hornet in this account, so there is no red line between a Hornet and a Goliath.
Okay, you ready?
Oh well, whatever. Yep, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, and that wind is good for this direction.
No, it's perfect. It's 2 straight shots with tailwind. Perfect tailwind both times.
So this is definitely a one shot at a time. If we can end up in the right spot on the first shot, the second shot it boils down to if you hit it perfect, it's got a serious chance, regardless of how much we screw up the wind adjustment.
I think I want to leave myself in Goliath range. So I'm going to ease up on the top spin to maybe 4 and a little tiny bit top spin.
And I'm going against Oregon ground in the UK.
And then 1 left. Nope, 1 right.
Are you trying to rough bump it out there, or are you trying to bleed it out there?
You know, bounce it over and just let it roll out.
Well, how much topspin are you using?
Just like 4 and a little bit.
Well, hell, I got 5 and a little bit on here. 2.8. I'm going to do a ring and a half. Hitting it perfect?
I just don't want to be too far down because I want to give myself lots of room for a long iron and have the wind taken out.
Yeah, and that was like, I used like 5.5 topspin, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I pulled back a little bit from
Still
the
in the
red
fairway,
line.
or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dead center. I mean, I have actually quite a bit of room in front of me.
That's fine, though, because you don't. Again, it depends what club you have. Do you have Kingfisher or Hornet?
Kingfisher.
Okay, so you might have.
I may not be able to do the rough bump if I'm in my Kingfisher range because it doesn't have very much topspin.
No. But if you let yourself enough room, it should be minimum long iron. No, nothing extra.
My opponent is right up to the front. 373. Where's my red line? Right at the red line. Do I got enough topspin with this? Probably, maybe, with tailwind. And are you doing a straight up shot, or what are you doing?
Straight up, minimum club.
What's Grizzly at, man? 2.8, be like, there's 2.8. Oh!
Perfect. Come on, baby. Need one albatross.
Ooh.
It's rolling.
Perfect.
No.
In the hole. Damn it. I needed a perfect to make up for my entire blunder on hole number 7.
I think I pulled a little bit too much there. And I just did minimum of nothing.
And I have a calculator right here, and I should have actually figured out what my wind was.
Oh, well, I got my 15 anyway. No albatrosses, though. That sucks. Those are 3 of the easiest par 5s in one course. I think that's probably the easiest course there is for par 5s. Or at least that they're going to give us in the tournament. No, they're not going to give us, like, Club Ocean in the fucking tournament. Is that whatever, the very first?
Meadow Lawn or Meadow Lark or Meadow something?
Yeah, Meadow something. That's another one, yeah.
Well, the very first 9-hole Community Cup that was out there, there was at least one, if not 2 holes from that course.
Oh, yeah, because there's that par 4 that we were talking about the other day with, like, some bunkers, and then you can, like, bounce it way over. There's water everywhere, and there's, like, an island green sort of way up in the air. But you can bounce it over the fucking gap and go on green in one, and yeah.
The Community Cups are definitely...
I'm in third, though, because I got no albatrosses, because this guy got number 6, and that guy got number 9.
One
and I got none.
There's 115 in my bracket, and he got 2 albies.
I barely missed 2, but I only missed the par 3s. No, that's not true. Number 5. I got number 1, number 4, and number 8. I have made 2, though. I have made 3.
Well, when we played the other day, I didn't make anything. So today, I made 3 today. So that's the first time I've made any holes on this new course. All right. That's what the Rocky Mountain...
That means you're going to have to play odd. Or I'm going to have to loan you one of my accounts to play or something for some more practice.
I'll have to play odd. I'll have to fire him up and go out there and play so we can get some more time out there. Maybe we can do that now. Let's take a break. We'll talk about it.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
So hopefully everybody has a great tournament. I do kind of like these holes. I think that there are some holes here that are pretty straightforward and are easy, but there are a couple of these holes that you could get in trouble. But it seems to me like even on the par 4s, if you're going for it, if you don't make it, you can still recover.
Oh, easy. Even the par 5s. Fucking Tampa just beat Florida out. They're on their way to the semifinals already. 4 games straight.
Yeah, and Dunner's talking about hockey, and Tampa, who's won 2 Stanley Cups in a row, took out the Maple Leafs in the first round, which is Dunner's team. Broke his heart. But I will tell you that if I have a team in a sports thing like this, the team that beats my team is the team that, like, you may hate them, but at least you want it to be
a small consolation prize.
You're right. At least you want it to be worth the fact that your team lost to the team that ended up winning.
And I mean, Toronto was leading. Like, they one goal in Game 6, and Toronto was playing Florida, but they didn't get that goal. And then Game 7, they lost by a goal. And
yeah, because in Game 6 it was in overtime.
They gave
right?
them a run for their money. Yeah, they gave them a run for their money as best as anyone ever has in the last couple of years. And now Tampa moves to the second round and then just steamrolls Florida, who was, as you recall, the President's Trophy winner.
Yep.
The best team, quote unquote, best team in the whole entire league for the year. Done in 4. I told you they weren't going to go far.
Yeah, but you get a team that's winning championships like that, and we've had this. We talked about it the other day. Is the regular season is just the warm up. This is for us is like the practice round, and then once we get to the playoffs, then we're just going to go kick your ass, because they've been there. They know they have that confidence and stuff that they can pull that out of the bag. And
yeah, and it's a different animal too. Like, you playing on a Tuesday night in fucking December is a lot different than playing on a Tuesday night in, May. Because, that's game number fucking 26 of the season. It's like, yeah, whatever, okay, game. Yeah, I want to try and do good and win. And, oh, it didn't go our way tonight. Okay, boo, whatever, But when it comes down to these, it's like, there's no dicking around. There's no taking any seconds off of any shift. You need to go balls to the wall every second of every shift that you're on the ice. And you better expect that the other team's going to do the same thing to you. And if you're not doing that, then you're not going to win. And that's why in the playoffs, that's when you see like the quote-unquote unsung heroes rise to the forefront. The third-line guys, the fourth-line guys, the grinders, or the guys that are supposed to be out there to stop the other team from scoring, go out there and score important goals, right? Happens all the time. I mean, Game 7 against Toronto, dude got his first ever Stanley Cup playoff goal, and then he turned around and scored another one and won the game 2-1. So.
Yep. Well, and the other thing is too is that, like you said, when you're playing in December
and it's for 7 games too. So.
Yeah, but when you go to Montreal and you're playing Montreal in December, it's minus 750 degrees, and you're from Tampa, you ain't liking it. Okay.
No.
At all. So I mean, when you talk about home field advantage, especially for the northern teams, especially for the Canadian teams, where in the wintertime, I mean, I don't know how cold it gets there, but it probably gets what? In Fahrenheit, it's probably like minus 20, but what's that in Celsius? It's cold. I mean, Celsius doesn't give you a number. It just says cold.
Yeah, it can get to like, I don't know, in the winter, and if you account for the wind and everything, like there's been like negative 30 degrees Celsius. So I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's still like negative 12 or something.
And I know we're talking about hockey, but when you land on the plane and you came in from Tampa and you had to go to your hotel and you had to go out and eat and you had to do stuff, and every time you walk anywhere, it's freezing cold. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. That's a real home field advantage. But when you're playing in the playoffs in May and it's just as warm up there as it is down in Tampa, it may be 50 in Montreal and it's 80 in Tampa. It's not that bad.
Yeah. A lot of guys though are like from here. That's where they grew up. They grew up, in the cold, outside, playing outside in their backyard. Dad throws some fucking, it snows a bunch. You pack it down. You throw some water on it. All of a sudden, you've got a nice rink. All right, here you go. Here's some skates and a stick. and they play in the backyard. And then they buy a net. And then the kid wants to play more. And Sidney Crosby, apparently, he used to sit in his basement with an old dryer, and he would open the flap on the dryer, and he'd sit there and shoot pucks at it and try and shoot it into the hole. And you could see, like, there's fucking marks, there's dents and marks and shit all over it, you know, when he was like 4 or 5 years old or something.
It always cracks me up. I live on a really steep hill. I'm at the very top of the hill. So when you pull onto my street, it's kind of flat up right in front of my house. And then it makes a little curve and goes, a really steep hill. So when it snows in town, which it only does like every 3 years, every kid on this side of town comes over in our neighborhood and is like inner tubing and trash can lid or whatever the hell they can get, right? And
yeah.
The people that live down the street that live like as you're going down the hill, and then at the very bottom in the flat area down there, we have our weekly or our yearly thing where all the neighbors get together and have a barbecue. And I've talked to many of them, and it's like, hey man, the next time it snows, you know, why don't you guys pull your cars in the driveway? Like if we know it's going to snow, and get your car off the street, because you hear a bunch of neighbors pissed off that people that don't live in our neighborhood and don't know that there's that big of a hill, they get off on our street and then they slide their ass down the hill and they hit cars that are parked on the street. And it's like, why don't you guys pull your cars in the driveway? And when all these kids in town come over and want to go up and down the hill, they're not contending with your cars. And so last year it snowed, and almost everybody on the street except for one guy lives about halfway down, and he's like, screw those people. They hit my car, I'll sue them. Those kids go out there and mess around. And it's like, dude, do you have to?
Yeah, you're not allowed to park on the road in the winter.
You're one of those guys that gets up in the morning and everybody you encounter during the day is an asshole. And the reality is that you're the asshole.
Yeah. I mean, so from like 10 p.m. till like 6 in the morning, you're not allowed to park on the road in the wintertime.
Yeah, and there's a little court in front of my house that nobody lives on. There's one house that lives on it, and the street to get to their house is, you know, you could park like 8 cars on one side and probably 5 on the other. And me and the neighbor that lives across have told the people that live like on the center of the hill where it's super steep, like, why don't you guys you can park up here, because then it's easy to get in and out of the neighborhood, and then you can just, you know, walk down to your house. And there's a couple of them that do that, but there's always those people in the crowd that just want to be assholes. So that's the deal. What can you do? Can't shoot them.
What can you do when you live in the chute?
You bury him alive, though. I think is that legal?
As long as you don't get caught. Everything's legal as long as you don't get caught.
I will tell you that, like, of all the fears that I have, being buried alive is probably like my biggest. I have no idea. Yeah, it's like that irrational fear. Like, what are the odds that it's going to happen? But something that I watched when I was a kid got that in my brain when I was in those impressionable years, and I have no idea what it is, but that is like a huge fear. Whenever I watch any movie or anything where they've buried somebody alive, I'm totally freaked out. I think the last movie I watched that had that happen was Kill Bill. Was it Kill Bill 2 where they buried Uma? Ooh.
Oh shit, I don't know. That was a long time ago. I've seen that.
Yeah.
My other one's Falling. Or not even falling, but just like being really high up in the air near a ledge. And like I'll be laying in bed and I'll kind of be like half-assed asleep or something, and then like I don't know, whatever, something in my subconscious puts me somewhere up high, and all of a sudden I start freaking out and I wake up. It's like, for fuck's sakes,
I don't like being...
Go back to sleep. You're dreaming. You can fly. Jump off that fucking thing and just go fly.
You're Neo. Yeah, I don't mind height. The deal is I have a fear of heights, but it's not really heights, it's edges. I don't like to be, and I work up high. I work on big tall buildings, I have no problem. My rope and harness, I have no problem being all over the place on that. But I do not like edges very much. Not a big,
No,
not
I
a
can
big
be up
fan.
high. I don't mind because like in the plants, like there's giant ass towers and there's big structures. Like most of the plants have the CADs, so like a catalyst system where you know what a catalyst is, right? You introduce something into the chemical process to speed it up, and then it gets 100%. What's the word? Like dissolved, not dissolved, but like you introduce it to the chemical process, and then the result, it's gone. Like it's not part of the result. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It just speeds it up. Catalyst, obviously. So like those things are fucking really tall, like 250, 300 feet up, straight up, and there's pipes and there's shit and there's things all over the place on those things. So you have to go all the way up. And then the towers, like they're skinny, they're like like 20 foot diameter, but they're 230 feet tall. So you climb up there, and all it is like a 3 foot maybe wide little catwalk that leads to a staircase or like a ladder, fixed ladder with a cage, and then to another platform, that's 15 feet long that goes around the thing. That's 3 feet wide, and you go up to another one. And then by the time you're up 230 feet to the very top of the fucking thing, you're on edge the whole time, and now you're at the very top. And now it's even smaller because there is no walkway. It's just the very top. And there's just the railings there. There's no extra 3 feet of walkway around it. And they sway. Because obviously they need to. They're built to do that, right? It's incorporated into the design structure of it. But so on windy days, instead of being rigid, like if it was like in a super high wind day and it was rigid, well, you're just going to ruin the structural integrity of it if it doesn't have any give, right? Eventually it's going to wear on it and it's going to push it, and one day it could fall over. But they build them so that they actually go with the wind. So when you get to the top of one of those things, you can stand there, and on a somewhat windy day, like you can feel the whole thing swaying back and forth. Or if it's not windy and you got two guys up there, you got one guy on either side, and you just be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and like you lean and you push, and the two of you, just your body weight, you get that whole tower fucking swaying back and forth. And it's like, no, thank you. I did that when I was younger. I was new. I wanted to prove that I could do the job and I was good and everything. Now I'm old. I don't want to do that shit anymore. Like, I don't want to climb to the top of that shit. I don't want to go, you can put me in a hole, dig a hole in the ground, make it full of mud, so I have to wear a rain suit and a fresh air mask with supplied air and whatever, and maybe do that for 8 hours. I'll do that any day before I climb fucking 100 feet up a tower. No thanks.
The last time, every year we take lift training, so like the mobile lifts. And
like scissor lifts or genies or...
Yeah, and we use the genie. We do
the boom lifts.
Yeah, boom lifts. And there's actually another term for them now in the industry, and I can't remember what it is. My brain's dead. But the last time we went and took it... Yeah, we
kind of call them like brand names, like Kleenex, kind of how...
So the last time we went and took it, the trainer called and said, hey, we've got an issue where we've got another class, because there's usually like 16, 20 people in a class, but they doubled it up and there was like 40 people in the class. So when we got there, you go out, after you get done with the class, you go outside and they have lifts for you and a partner get on a lift, and then you go out there and you maneuver it around this big ass yard that they have in the back. That's probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4 acres.
I've done it fucking like a dozen times.
So I come out the deal, and most of these people work for the same company, and they had like probably 30 of them work for the same company. So I come outside, and the last lift, the only lift that's still available is the biggest one that they have, and my partner, I can't remember what her name was, but we get on there and she's doing the thing, and she raises that sucker.
So was it like a 130 or 160?
I can't remember. Let me tell you what I can remember. Let me tell you what I can remember. We get on it, and she goes first. And she lifts that sucker as high as it'll go and starts going as fast as it will go to see how much wobble it has. And not only is she as high as it'll go, but she starts off where we're straight.
Like booms up and starts driving it?
Yeah. So, and it's set up to do that where you can, so she's got, and I mean, we're on one of the ones that's like 80 feet tall or, like we're way up there. Yeah. We're like 8 stories up. And she's going as fast as it will go. And then she pulls it off to the side where we're extended full length as far out to the left as it would go, driving in circles, doing the thing. And all she does for a living, she works for this company and she's their number 1 boom operator. That's why none of these other assholes wanted to be on the boom with her. Right? Because she's fearless. And so she's out there doing the thing, and she turns around after about, about 12 hours as far as I'm concerned. She it was probably like 5 minutes. But in my mind, I have lived like half my lifetime. And she turns around and looks at me and she starts laughing. And she goes, I am so sorry. She goes, you don't do this. I said, we take this class because like maybe once a year we have to rent a boom, and we need to we need to have our certification for it in order to rent it. And so we're not big boom operators, but it's part of our deal. My nephew and I go take this training every year. And my hands, I had gripped the steel bar that was up there. And I will tell you, I swear to you that the steel
white knuckles, they were see-through.
My knuckles were so white that, and I think that the steel bar underneath my hand was like half the diameter because I had squeezed that sucker so hard. And she was laughing and she's like, I'll calm down. And I go, no. I said, I am one of those type of people that like to face my fears. And so just get on it. But I will tell you that I'll operate at just the minimum just so that we can see the deal because my hands are going to be shaking so bad. So we spent about 15 minutes out there with her driving her around.
Thing is, and if you, like, I don't know what, like, how expensive the course is for you guys there. But we got to sit in like a classroom for like 4 hours.
Yep. And
watch videos, listen to that talk, and go through books and all this shit, and fucking learn all the theory and all the shit behind it before we're even allowed to go and touch the machine.
Yep.
Even if we've done it 10 times before. But it's in there. Like, those machines are designed to work that way, where you can boom up and you can go way off to the side, and you think like, what the fuck? We're gonna tip. There's no way it's not going to tip, but it's designed, it's built that way so that, and if you do get to a situation where you may be in danger, there's all sorts of alarms that go off. It won't let you do certain things. Like if you take your boom more than 90 degrees to the back end, so she was like straight 90 degrees to the side.
And my phone died. It would not be a video if my phone didn't die. So let's call Dunner back. Let's call him back. We'll get him on here.